What's up, guys? I just wanted to briefly tap in and do a continuation of a previous video that I've made that really illustrates how you can actually break into cybersecurity utilizing your transferable skills. Well, within this continuation, what I want to do is really showcase how you guys can break in with no experience at all. So let's get to it. So there's 4 different approaches in which you can actually break into the cybersecurity space. Number 1 is pretty common. Obviously, you acquire your Security Plus certification. You'll use that as leverage and actually have that as a credential to break into the space. Point number 2 is transferable skills. And maybe you've acquired skills over the years that can be transitioned to a more technical role, right? So whether that's analytical skills, communication skills, negotiation skills, in which we talked about in several different videos. Point number 3 is university. So maybe you went to a 4-year institution, you got your bachelor's degree, you decided to do an extra 2 years, you got your graduate degree, and pretty much just use that to transition to the space. Point number 4 is relationship building, which is pretty common. And I've seen a lot of people break into this space just based off of who they know, right? So if you don't have these areas, the certification, the transferable skills, or the university, in terms of like having a bachelor's degree or graduate degree, maybe you need to leverage the relationships that you actually have in-house. This could be with recruiters, hiring managers, you name it. If you build the relationships early, you'll get to a certain point in your career where you don't even need to apply anymore. They'll reach out to you in terms of like open positions and see whether you're the best fit for it. So another common concern I get is, what if you don't know what to do on the job? Well, you shouldn't worry about that at all. The first thing you need to focus on is landing the gig. And to put you at ease, regardless of what background you're coming from, either whether it's a technical background or a non-technical background, there are always going to be new systems to learn. See, every organization have their own way of doing things. Now, obviously, the foundational principle of cybersecurity remains the same, but every organization has their own way of doing things. These are called systems. So if you got a technical certification such as the Security Plus certification, you'll have a deep understanding of the foundational groundwork, right? So we're talking about the framework and how cybersecurity is actually defined. There are some rules and there are some non-negotiable principles. However, every organization has a new system. So don't be so focused on not knowing what to do when you're at the job. Focus on transitioning into the space and figure out what area you're going to utilize to break into the space. So if you have limited experience or no experience breaking into cybersecurity, majority of the time, the position that you're seeking and the position that you probably will be going into, they're most likely going to be teaching you, helping you get up to speed, new processes, new procedures, new policies. It's later in your career where they're going to start expecting you to learn more and know more. And depending on the government agency, most government contracts tend to give you or grant you time to obtain your Security Plus. So whether that's a 3-month period or whether that's a 6-month period. So breaking into cybersecurity is not a one-shoe-fits-all approach. There's many different approaches you can use to break into the space and learn new systems. A lot of you guys shoot yourself down before you even get started. I promise you, if you focus on one thing, and that's transitioning into the space, everything else will work itself out. And remember, be patient. Everybody has a different experience. And that's with anything in life. If you go to a personal trainer, not everybody's trying to lose weight. Not everybody's trying to gain weight. Maybe somebody just wants to stay consistent in the gym. So that would mean everybody has a different plan. It's the exact same concept with cybersecurity. So don't compare yourself to others. Get after the bag. Send this to somebody who may need it. And I'm going to tap in with you guys later. Peace.